Hi and welcome to another video of Type With Me. So last week we saw how we could use React hook SWR to fetch data, right? So now we are going to look into React styled components. In my opinion, a very neat way to style your components and to work with styling on a certain component. So why styled components? Well, load the least amount of code necessary, right? And then in particular the CSS code. Also, no class name bugs are being available there. So also that is a very great thing to notice. Yeah, everybody know that when you have a class name defined somewhere and you have another class name defined somewhere else and it has the same name, it will clash with your styles. But styled components generate unique class name for every component and for every piece of your React application. Right? It's also easier to delete certain CSS in a way, right? Because it's really tied on to a styled component. Not every component will be a styled component, but yeah, you can transform a component to a styled component in that sense. So it's also simple dynamic styling. You can also very easily extend your styling there, and you don't need to worry about vendor prefixing, right? Moz underscore and these kind of things. You don't need to worry about that. Right, let's see how it looks like and how we can use it within our React application. Are you with me? Let's go. So here we are at our application of last week, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to install styled components, right? That's the first thing that you of course need to do to add it to your React application, but that makes sense, right? All right, so one of the things that we then now can do is when we have loaded everything in here, like for example photos, we can also put, for example, this one as a styled title, right? So what we're going to do here is I'm going to exclude it here. Well, I'm going to start to show you it a little bit differently. So we can still have that here for the moment, but I can go here and I can show you how it looks like. So one of the things that we can do here is create a styled component, and in this case a title, right? And then we can have an h1, and that h1 can have a property that have a color, and if it has not a color, you can use pale violet red. We can put margin bottom to 25 pixels. We can say that we will have a border bottom 1 pixel solid black, right? So we can just add some styling there. It's also important to notice that we need to import styled, right? So we can do import styled from styled components here. So, and that's basically it. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to use this styled components, and I'm going to use it right here. And of course, if you want to do something like having a color, we can say green. And then we know now that it will be green, right? Otherwise it would be red. So let's see how this looks like within the browser. So this is how it looks like within the browser, right? So we have here our green title, and we have here our bottom or border button, which is black. So when we gonna inspect it, you will see that we will have here green, and we have a class name, right? But that class name, that's some specific generated class name of the styled component. If you put another title on the page there, you will see that we will have also a styled component there. But so maybe we need to put something in here, right? So we can say specific user and then users. So let's do that. Specific user, and then here we can do something like title, and we can say users. Save it. It's going to re-render it, and then of course we can see how this looks like within the browser. So now you see we have two titles here, and one has green as a color and the other has pale violet red. Great, so that's for that. Another thing that I now want to show you is how you can extend a title. And more particularly, of course, how you can extend a styled component. So in our case, it's indeed a title, but you know what I mean, right? Also, that is quite easy to do. So one of the things is, this is also a component, so we can very easily use props here, right? So that's one thing, but you can also very easily extend the style, and you do that by just doing styled, and then we provide here title, which is this component, right? And then we add some other extra styling on top of that. So now we can just copy paste that and make our users an extended title, right? I'm gonna save that, and then of course you're gonna see that he applied that towards our extended title. Another thing that I want to do here to make it also a little bit more tangible, say that we want to have a border with 0 pixels, right? I'm very curious how this will look like within the browser. So this is really awesome, right? Because we now can add some margin and some padding, and also we can remove the border there. So you can very easily extend a title or another component, so you have the same style there, but just adapt it a little bit to your needs. So for that, it's very easy to go with that. Just adapt a little bit of the styles on your page and move along with that. So it's a nice style. I see a lot of people like that within the React community. More basically when you want to have a website there generated out, it can have a lot of benefits. So I want to point this out. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.